This is Trauma Center, New Blood for the Wii. I've never played a game in the series, so I'm interested in trying this out.
The patient's vitals are low. Please use the syringe to stabilize.
As you can expect, this game is one where you play as a doctor, and you have to perform surgeries. You start out in Alaska of all places. Your first patient is obviously someone who got mauled by a grizzly. You also have a patient later on that has a bullet lodged in them, which I believe is because they got shot. Probably by a hunter, of course.
We're going to take you into the hospital. My name is Valerie Blaylock. I'll be treating you.
The gameplay will vary from patient to patient, but it typically will involve you injecting them with this green fluid to keep their heart rate high enough so they don't die. Most of them will require stitches, which will mean that you have to draw zigzag patterns on them to sew them up. In some cases, you would need to clean the wounds up first with a sponge or something, and it ends up being like an erasing tool in a paint program. There are other parts where you need to remove things like bone shards, which is mostly grabbing the bone fragment and then pulling it out in the correct direction.
The third fragment has been
The art direction is anime-like, so it looks fine to me. Things are a little dark in terms of lighting, which makes it a little worrying and kind of increases feelings of anxiety. The only thing I didn't like is that every time it failed, as in your patient dies, the doctor becomes so heartbroken that they just quit being doctors. So my question is, what happens to all the medical school debt that these doctors have? Maybe I'm being a little too harsh, but these doctors were brought to treat people in very serious conditions. So you have to expect, of course, a loss of life eventually. End of my small rant.
the patient's body.
Overall, an interesting and different game that I haven't played before. I would say that I liked it, however my hands and arms that get tired after pointing the screen for a long while. I'd give this game a 7.5 out of 10.